Hello, hello, welcome back. This is On Air, and once again, your host is Laura Croci. I'm very happy today because if you love the bel canto, the operatic singing, we have the guest that is right for you because live from Genova, we have Capucine Chiaudani. Hi, Capucine.
Hello.
Hi, hello, welcome
Good
back.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, spread around the world. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, fine. Everything is good. Hi from Genova, the city of Paganini, the city of Cristoforo Colombo, as you
Yes.
might know.
Yes. Genoa is very, very famous because of Paganini and Cristoforo Colombo and a lot of things. Because as you know, Genoa is the city of the sea. Yeah, it's not a secret actually, and it's a beautiful visit, the city to visit. If you come and visit Italy, please go to Genova. You will not repent. So, Capucine, I would like to introduce you to our audience because you have been our guest, but I would like to remind our audience just a few key points. So, guys, please take note because it's a lot of stuff. So please take note. Capucine Chiaudani, she's from Genoa. She was born in Genoa, and she is an Italian operatic. Sorry,
Operatic
ricominciamo da capo.
singer.
Yeah, operatic singer. Fammi ricominciare da capo, sorry. And she is an Italian operatic singer and voice professor at the Kaleidos University in Zurich. Wow. She's an artist with an accomplished international singing career, and she has been featured in several main operatic roles like Tosca, as you can see, Medea, Fedra of Simone Mair, which I remind you was the maestro of Donizetti. And speaking of Fedra, Capucine, Fedra of Simone Mair, you are featured in the first worldwide recording of this opera, right?
Yes, that's true.
Wow.
Yes. We did it in Germany at the Opera House in Braunschweig, the city Braunschweig. And yes, it is the only one, the first and only recording of Phaedra. Yeah.
Wow. I'm,
Nice.
I'm, I'm impressed actually. So, Capucine gives regular online and on site masterclasses. In fact, very recently, she's been invited by the Association of Singing Professors of Catalonia in Spain, mi amor, to their 50th convention in order to give a masterclass in front of a very demanding audience, right, Capucine?
Well, yes, it was a masterclass really dedicated for the singing professors of Catalonia and speech therapists and logopedists. So yes, it was exciting, quite yes, an important event, and everything was fine. Everyone was happy, so we agreed that we agreed. Everyone was happy. Yes.
Wow. Capucine, you're also very active online
Yeah.
and you give master classes about the true singing according to real Italian bel canto tradition, and your students are from all around the world.
Mhm.
Wow, it's
Yes.
amazing. I
Well, in this historic period with the new situation of COVID, etc., yes, the requests of online coachings increased, and I was ready to guide and to help singers who were not able to go to their conservatories, academies, or teach their normal teachers, so online. And in fact, in my case, the work increased, and now yes, I coach every day really students, singers, also professional singers, colleagues actually from USA, Canada, Australia. Yeah.
Wow,
Yes.
wow, wow, wow. Capucine, I think you have earned for yourself the title of worldwide ambassador of bel canto. I think it is correct in your case. Am I right?
Well, I think so. I started singing as a child, actually, in the opera house here in Genoa when I was a child, in uh, like operas as Carmen, Pelias et Melisande, Bohème, where children are requested on stage. As I sang my whole life, I was myself an operatic singer, as you mentioned, and now I guide others. And yes, bel canto is part of our culture, of our tradition, of the milk we drink, actually. So yes, and especially in this time, in this period, where things were, of course, quite difficult for artists, for all of us, since 1.5 years opera houses had to close, and performances had to be postponed, cancelled. Well, I gave a lot of also events, master classes for free to help, to support all these colleagues and artists who were in need. And so we went on making music in another way, as I always say, thanks to Saint Internet. And this was a way, well, to also keep faith and to have an aim, something to do, to go on learning, to use this time in a productive time. So I did it, and in this way I gave my contribution. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I think that stressing the hardships that artists like you have went through and still are going through in this difficult period is really, really important. But today I want to ask you something else. So, considering your career and considering your teaching skills, I would like to ask you to disclose the perfect recipe to make an operatic singer.
Well,
Yeah. Please share with us the secret. Is it all about a beautiful voice, or is there something else?
Well, there are many answers. There is not just one answer. It would be too easy and too nice to have just one answer. Of course, it's a complex recipe. You need ears to make an operatic singer, in fact. And you need ears because we are like Olympic athletes, in fact, of the voice,
Whoa.
but still Olympic athletes. Yes, we
Really?
do not. Yes, we do not work just with our little two vocal folds. They are maybe 1 centimeter or 1 centimeter point 0.3, 0.5. This is not possible. We have too many problems. We have no microphone. We have to fill a very big space. Hall, concert hall, theater. We have the acoustic wall of an orchestra. So we have to have the resilience, the physical and mental resilience of endurance, stamina of an athlete to stay on stage for 1 hour for a recital, for 2-3 hours for an opera. So we have to be very, 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 very well trained. You need ears to do this. You don't improvise it. You even are not really ready when you have your conservatory or college diploma. That is just the start of your journey, actually. And well, the beautiful voice is one thing. Yes, if you don't have the beautiful voice, well, it's quite difficult. You need to be certainly very musical and have a certain talent at the start, but then it's much, much more than that. In the recipe, there are so many elements. You need to have the right mindset. You have to think like an athlete, to be able to focus, to be able to be very concentrated when you work, to be in the moment. Like athletes, you need to be able to have a discipline. You need to be able to have a routine in your daily life, in your weeks, in your months, in your years. So you have to understand the priorities, really like an athlete, and have a plan. It's a lot of things. So the mindset is really, I think, the first milestone. Then you need certainly the body condition. You need to be really, really strong. I mean, strong. It's not a way of saying. It's really tough work physically. You are a living instrument. So the instrument is your whole body, because we sustain, of course, with the breath. Of course, this everyone knows, but also muscularly. Yeah, we sustain this effort, see, muscularly. So with the muscles of the back, with the muscles of our rib cage, there is a lot of physical condition. We have to work on this. So you need also to be healthy. You need to eat well, to sleep well, to know what is the right style of life for me, what is the right diet for me. And all this will go then to help you in, of course, achieving your vocal technique, which means to master really your craft, to master your instrument, like a violinist, like a pianist, yeah. Of course, this is without saying you need this ability, and this is an ability which you cannot improvise, because it's about coordination, cognitive skills, and a lot of body feeling. You need to feel your body. There are persons who have a bit troubles in feeling what's really happening, because also you have to understand that we are speaking about an instrument which is very little and very, very, very hidden. We don't see it. You don't take it out of the box like a violin. So we have to feel it or work with imaginaries sometime, depending on the student, on the person in front of us, and try to find a way to have a control on our instrument. But it's not so super easy. You don't touch it, you don't see it. Yeah. So learning to isolate the different parts of this instrument, like a violin is made of many elements. Well, we have also elements which create the operatic sound. I mean, we have two vocal folds, but we have many voices with the same larynx, so with the same vocal folds. In other words, we can sound jazzy, rock and roll, tango, flamenco, opera, right? It depends how we put these elements together. It's like a puzzle, yes? What kind of spaces
I got you.
we create in our mouth, for example, what kind of resonance cavities we use, etc. Now, this is a very technical thing, and maybe it's a bit too detailed, but it is how it works. The same singer, and there are some singers in the operatic business who are also very good jazz singers, but they change the shape of their instrument. So our instrument is not given. So you become like an architect, you become like a lutist, and you create, you put the elements together, yes, in order to achieve that operatic sound, But also this is not enough, because this is just really the top of the iceberg. There's so much more to, get and have an operatic career. You have to take care of your public image. Nowadays, we are very much exposed on all these social medias. It is like this. I did not make the rules. It is like this. If you check the operatic singers out there in the real world of the first Liga, they are very visible on Facebook, very, very, very visible on Instagram, very, very visible with their followers and likes. And so you have to take care of this. Answer, take the time, or if you don't have the time, ask someone to help you. Otherwise,
it's a lot of work.
It's a real work. Otherwise, nowadays, if you don't expose yourself and are visible on social medias, you just don't exist. Simply as that. And so this is another thing that takes a lot of time and energy. But also, this is not enough. You need to understand, for example, very important, your personal artistry. Where am I really good at or strong? What is my pearl? My pearl. To understand
something that makes you unique.
Unique. Yes, there are artists who really understood that were clever enough or intuitive enough to understand it. So maybe they were actually weak in other things. I know some of them who made a planetary career. I cannot make the names. They had really some weak points, but they showed to the world, yes, their strength, and they made out of their strength their brand, like Nike, like Adidas. Yes, Nike does not make shoes for the red carpet or for concerts. They make shoes for sport, and that is their strength, and they're good at that. So to understand where is my strength, and take care of it, and create your own personality and your own brand. For example, this is something very important, but also other things to be a real musician. I mean, to study really music. Sometimes I have to work with wonderful singers with wonderful voices, and then I see, but how is it? You have rhythmical problems. You don't understand rhythmically exactly what you have to do. So maybe there is a lack of musical preparation. I mean, solfège, really the basic things. This has to be absolutely in place. You need to be a good musician. But also this is not enough. You need to create, for example, also opportunities to expose yourself, to get used to stay in front of a public that watches you, that have expectations, and give the best of you. It's not so easy. Some persons like it. They need to be in the center of the world. Look at me. So they are sort of advantaged. But other persons can be really, really very shy. And it can be really a block, a problem. And well, to overcome this, it can take years. So maybe create also chances, opportunities to expose yourself, even in front of friends, why not? In little events, so that you learn to stay on a stage. It's not easy to stay on a
No.
stage. It's not
No,
easy.
it's
Yeah.
not easy to be a stage persona. Stage, yeah.
No, to be a showman. Yeah.
No.
And so the energy level, in fact, to do all this, the energy level is absolutely extraordinary. You need a physical energy level and a mental energy level, which is and has to be extraordinary. Think about, for example, here in Italy, we have the calcio, football, which is wow, super important. What do they do when they have to a game, when they have to prepare themselves? In fact, they disappear from the universe. They take,
Yeah.
the whole group and they bring them in a hotel on a on a hill, on a mountain, and they have no contact with the external world, with the family, because discussions, tensions will have an impact on the results. And because we are the instrument, I mean, the voice is us, it's not outside, it's not the violin in the box, as I was saying. We need also really to take care about this, to protect us from negative influences, from disturbances. Sometimes we have really to isolate us, to be a bit egoistic, because if you have a performance, it's a big responsibility. You need to be serene. You need to be calm and be very, very focused, very concentrated, because
Wow.
a performance, it's live. You have not the second chance to say, oh, sorry, I can do it better. I just discussed at the phone with my husband. No. There is no second chance. So, and the more you are good, the more the audience expect that you prove this, that you confirm this. So the pressure is quite high. So another thing that you have to do to have this career, you have to be honest with yourself and understand if you can, in fact, live with this pressure. It's quite strong. It's a very competitive world. For example, I did not mention it, but to achieve an operatic career, you go through a lot of selections, yes, like filters, a lot of auditions to be casted, and you will get a lot of no, thank you. Wonderful voice. Thank you that you came. Thank you so much. So kind from you. We will let you know. Bye bye. And that's it. And you spend a lot of time preparing, money with coaches, money with singing teachers. You pay the hotel, you pay the airplane, and nothing comes. It's difficult, and it's all time and money of your own invested from your pocket. And so it goes on to the next no, and then to the third no, and then to the fourth no. There are many, many stories. You can read important biographies of singers who had then at the end, a big career. How many no's? Even Callas had a lot of no's.
Unbelievable.
But Giuseppe Verdi, this is an iconic example. He was not admitted at the Conservatory in Milano. The Conservatory in Milano did not admit Giuseppe Verdi at his time, and today the Conservatory in Milano has his name. So imagine if he would have said, okay, this is not possible, I will leave, I will do something else, because he was too disappointed or sad. We would not have today all his masterpieces. So what I'm trying to say is this, that who makes a real career very often is not only who has the most beautiful voice and the biggest talent. Very often they are, I can tell you, the strongest here. They go on like Panzer. They go on. Another no, doesn't matter. I stand up and I go on. Another no, doesn't matter. I get up and I get up and go on, because failure is part of this job.
Yeah, yeah, I
So you
agree.
need a lot of resilience, certainly mental, also physical, but mental is even more important. And then another very important thing, you need to be a reliable singer. If you are always late at the rehearsals, if you're not well prepared, people will not call you a second time. Also, you
No,
need, for
no room
example,
for divas. No room for
no, no,
divas.
no. But you need also to be reliable in the sense, they need to trust you, of course, of
Mm.
course. And also very important, for example, which is sometimes a bit underestimated, social skills. Oh yes, if you come in the theater and have a smile for everyone, a nice word, you will remember, and they will call you probably again. It was a pleasure to know you, to stay with you. But if you are someone not really solidal with your colleagues and difficult close person, always with a bad mood, with negative energy,
Oh,
well, this will remain even if you did your job well. So it's really, really a puzzle. And this is just the top of the mountain. I mean, the top of the iceberg. There would be more, but I don't want to scare. It's just to say, well, but all what I listed, yes, could be absolutely valid for an Olympic athlete.
wow, wow.
It's the same. They were
Ah,
just
yeah,
Olympic athletes of two vocal folds, which are here, where the Adam apple is, and which are two muscles. We're speaking about muscles. We're not speaking
yeah.
about the moon or about a romantic thing. We speak about training muscles. In
Wow,
that sense, we are really like Olympic athletes of the voice. This is what I believe, and this is also what I teach, to become very conscious, very, very conscious about your instrument, and very, very conscious, well, about your motivation. Why are you doing this? Because you really want it 100%, really, because this is your sort of, we say in Italian, vocazione, vocation. It's a need. It's not even a choice. It's not that you choose if to do it or not to do it. No, no, no. You have no choice. Otherwise, you can't breathe,
it's
because
passion. It's
you
passion.
have a call. It's
Yeah,
like a call. When you have this, then I can tell you nothing, no one can stop you. But if you do it to please your mother, to please the expectation of someone else at a certain way, moment of this long path, because it's a path of a life, it's a life journey, you will let go, because it's hard work. I mean, when you see a person on stage, it seems, oh, the golden vision, how beautiful. It must be lovely. Yes, it is lovely, but there is a lot of work behind. I mean, behind the curtains, yes, which
yeah.
people do not see, and which people, if you're not in the business, do not know. So maybe this is to show you what is behind, yeah. And of course, when you are so good that you can forget all this and you go on automatic pilot, well, then you are an artist.
Wow,
Then you are
wow,
not focusing on the technique, on the craft, on this, on that, on the breath. No, 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 no. Then you make music. Then you become something really special, and you give to the world a moment where I think you can make a difference in their lives. You can make them cry or you can make them laugh, but in any case, you give them a strong emotion which they will bring home. This is then the next level. It's a sort of spiritual experience. But you have to go through all this, all this, all this, all this when you arrive at the top of the mountain, and then you are in paradise.
wow. Such a journey.
it's a yes, it's a life journey. Yes, yes.
Wow.
So for students who want to do this, yeah, if you think to have the skills to climb the Mount Everest, go there. Yes,
Yeah.
but you have to
Yeah.
know it. It's not a little hill.
No, no, but don't be
But
scared because Capucine Chiaudani will follow you. So don't worry.
well, I'm here to guide others. I was there, and it's nice. It's nice because it's nice to see the world from that height, but it's also a big responsibility, and it's also very beautiful to guide others. It's also this is a life journey. Also,
Yeah.
this is a responsibility, certainly. Yeah. And it's nice to see results and although yes, lessons in presence are of course better in this time, online is I think a good solution for persons who cannot travel or with these pandemic problems. Of course, things a bit change. We work very much and more from home. I can tell you I saw really really incredible results, and I'm speaking not only of beginners or students. I coached, I cannot make the names, colleagues who sings in Scala, Teatro La Scala di Milano, and they did not think that it could help online, and they had to change their mind. If you know how to do it, you can do it honestly, and you can do it really with consciousness, and you can help. And so this is what I'm doing now. This is
So,
why you are
guys,
here, and this is why
yeah.
I'm here.
So, guys, if you want more information, here the channels you can find on the internet and on social media to contact Capucine Chiaudani. So
Mhm.
go and check this page on Facebook, Capucines Bel Canto for you friends. Also, there is an account on Instagram, Capucine underscore Chiaudani. If you prefer YouTube, here, Capucines Bel Canto Vocal Coaching Channel. And there is a website you can check that is www.capucinchiaudani.com. And very, very interestingly, there are two groups on Facebook
Oh,
that are
yes.
dedicated to special groups. Here, the first one, Bel Canto for You. It's a huge group, right, Capucine?
Well, yes. Now, in fact, in 1 year, it grew like a pizza. Now we are more than 3,500 actually, and it
Wow.
was yes my contribution during the pandemic when the COVID problem started. I understood immediately that that was a big problem, especially for us
Yeah.
for artists, singers, and musicians. So I thought, what do we do? Everything stopped. So it was really a tragedy for us. I mean, people sitting at home, performances cancelled, contracts cancelled. So I heard a lot of desperation, really. So to keep faith, to keep people also up with their spirits, which is the most important thing, I created this group and I collected a bit the musicians, singers from every level, from beginners to professionals. We have also voice professors in the group, also artistic directors or directors, regisseurs, etc. To make a nice musical community passionate about singing. And I gave a lot of free master classes in this time, really, to go on doing something positive, something constructive, something that could give faith, and also to help, of course, persons who from one day to another were
Yeah.
without an income. So it was interesting and I think people understood it and appreciated it. So yes, now we are more than 3,500, and recently I also
Yes, the
had
second group, the second group, eccolo. This is Bel Canto for Her, a group dedicated to women.
yes also.
Yes.
So this is more new, so it has to grow. So come, I invite the audience, the listener, and you don't need to sing when you are in the group. I come from time to time and appear with a little tip of vocal technique. I named it tip of the day, or mini lessons that I post with my students, and you can just enjoy it and watch. It's nothing complicated. You don't need to sing, don't be scared, but you can learn. how we sing. So I
Fantastic.
invite persons who love music and singing, why not, to join bel canto for her if you're a lady, or bel canto for you, which is the same, but it's a mixed group.
Okay, that's fantastic. Actually, I want to thank you very much, Capucine, for being with us today. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Okay, thank you very much for this time, and buon canto to everyone.
Yeah, thank you,
Okay,
Capucine. See you next time.
Ciao. Thanks.